Ruchir, let me, every bull market tells a story, right? The Japanese bull market presaged the rise of Japan.
Yes.
The US tech bull market presaged the rise of tech in our economy. This is the last man standing, as you've said, the Indian bull market. What is driving it? What is the story behind it?
Yeah, so I think there's no doubt that the fact that the economy is on the right trajectory is something which underpins it. Because, one thing which people ask me that are we in a bubble or not? And I say that, yeah, the market may be expensive, but a true bubble is when the market's going up and your earnings are going down. Which is what happens, by the way, at the end of
your
all
earnings
big
going
bubbles.
down.
Yes, like even the tech, NASDAQ and all that, the earnings growth began to really slow down. And I'm concerned in the US today, if you look at the top leading tech stocks, we're beginning to see that earnings growth slow down. In India's case, generally the earnings have done pretty well. And it's been a very broad-based economic rise of at least the stock market in terms of the various sectors have done well in India. So that way it seems grounded in the reality that the economy is moving in the right trajectory. But of course, it's been amplified by the fact that you've had this trend of financialization, which is that people in India hardly owned any equities, and now they've become used to pouring money into equities at every dip, every month. So that financialization that's happened is what has led to India now trading at a big premium to other emerging markets. So this combination of the economy being in the right trajectory, the fact that earnings growth has held up, and now it's been fueled increasingly by the steady flow of domestic money is what I think has really helped the Indian market.
All bull markets end, right? Is there
Yes.
something called a permanent bull market?
Of course not. And even in India's case, we have seen, you've watched these markets and stuff, you've gone through patterns of ups and downs, which are there. And that's my fear, that a lot of the current generation has not really seen what a downturn can look like. But we've lived through those periods. There was a whole period which we lived through from right up from 1994 till 2002. You'll remember when the Sensex would keep trading between 3,000 and 4,000. It was just such a frustrating time. But even then, there was some really, as what they call a unique term in India. There were a lot of multi-baggers even in that.
Infosys was at that time.
Yes, HDFC Bank, Infosys. You had some, some companies came out. So that's the great thing about India. I feel that there's no emerging market out there with a diversity of stocks that India has got and the diversity of sectors that India has.
So the bull market is alive, but just to bring the historian back into you, I remember in America, in the 70s bear market after the Nifty 50 bubble, the taxi medallion sold for more than the price of a Wall Street seat on the Wall Street. I think it was $25,000 for a taxi medallion out there. That's how markets bottom out.